Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video for Tuesday, January 17th, 2012 is sponsored by Realtick. All right, let's get right into the mix today. Markets are rallying up about 100 points on the Dow, Nasdaq up 27, S&P up about 9, basically just underneath 1% gains across the board. Now, the interesting thing about today, it's the third Tuesday in the new year straight that has been a gap up day, and we really haven't seen major gap ups or rallies except for Tuesdays since 2012 began. And again, that's a very unusual thing to see where it's every Tuesday we're getting a rally. You can go back to the very beginning, first trading day of the year, which was a Tuesday. That was a gap up. Then if we scan to the next Tuesday, which was last Tuesday, last week, you can see gap up. And then again today, folks, a gap up. And each Tuesday that we've been seeing rallies, the market has ultimately faded off those highs and come in just a little bit. Same thing is occurring today. So this kind of pattern we're in is a very constant pattern. I'm curious to see how long this lasts. But again, I do think it warrants a notice here and being talked about in terms of a trend, what we're seeing on Tuesday after Tuesday after Tuesday in this new year. Now, a couple other things to go over. Secondly, we have the volume, which continues to be very, very light, only 77.5 million traded so far today. In addition, the markets have officially tagged the 130 level, which was your next resistance level that we've been calling out for. I've been maintaining my neutral to upside bias, which has been dead on. The small mid-cap plays continue to rally higher and make us good money here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, as well as keeping us away from shorts because I had an upside bias in the market. Kept us away. I know a lot of members had wanted to short over the last week, and I kept on saying, hey guys, volume's too light here. It is not worth it. Don't do it. Sure enough, you can see the results. That was the exact correct decision. All right, now in terms of looking at the charts, what else are we seeing here? As you can see on an intraday basis, you rallied up into the 130.32-ish area right here, 130.30 area, and then pulled back, kissing the red line, bouncing, kissing the red line, the red line, the red line, over and over again. The reason why that red line is key is because it's the pivot top from last Thursday. You can see the pivot top right there, and then towards the end of the day, we tagged that level again. That is resistance. In addition, you do have a river theory here. A river theory is an in-the-money stocks proprietary signal, which again, based on a gap up and holding above the previous major pivot high, that's what we have. And again, it does tell us about the future of this market, in my opinion, assuming you hold above that red trend line into the end of the day. Oil's up today. Natural gas is getting smoked again, folks. I'm watching to see possibly a reversal here in the chart. We are making a little bit of a bottom from the early bottom, which was made around 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. You have come off that low, but you really do want to see a pretty significant reversal to the point where on the daily chart, you get a bottoming tail on the UNG. If you get that type of action, then now we're starting to see a possible reversal in play. But without a bottoming tail, there's no real guarantees here. We have a very, very sharp decline. Natural gas, again, is basically hovering around the 250 spot price on the commodity itself, which is a dramatic collapse over the last week or so. But again, at this point, we don't have a firm resistance, even though we are at support down here. I'd still like to see that bottoming tail or some sort of reversal signal in the charts to signal a true bottom. And again, you definitely look and see that the fact you have this bottom in there based on support, but we still want to see the candle itself firm up and form a bottom. All right, so again, I'm going to be following that. For those of you in the research center, obviously you know we've been talking about that and even gave out an alert today on that, and be aware of that as well based on the UNG and natural gas. Now let's take a look at a couple other things. What else is moving today? We got earnings from Citigroup this morning, and that's getting hit. Citigroup is down about $1.90 on the day. Earnings were not good. JPMorgan last Friday, really not spectacular earnings either, and those two stocks are under pressure. If you take a look at JPM today, it is down about 77 cents. So the financials are really the one area where there's a little weakness today. Everything else is doing pretty well. If you take a look at Apple Computer, Apple moving right back up here, up about $4, although it has faded. You can see on an intraday basis it's collapsed a little bit, but still up about $4.75 on the day, which is a nice move. Amazon.com trading up $4. That's a great move on Amazon today as well. So tech is looking very, very good here. In addition, we also see ExxonMobil. Let's take a look at that. Up $1 on the day. Very firm move on ExxonMobil. And Chevron as well. An oil play with oil up nicely today, about $1.69 higher, over $100 per barrel again on oil. is trading up 70 cents here on Chevron. So again, that's what we're seeing on the general snapshot of the markets. And again, folks, I just continue to repeat myself here. As long as volume remains light, as long as the charts and we remain above the breakout level, which I talked about right at the beginning of the year, you must assume the markets can float neutral to higher in the short term. Now, there will be a point where I'm going to start to short. If you want that, you come join the Research Center. You come join the Intraday Stock Chat. You take the 7-day free trial and start profiting in 2012. That's what it's all about. Learning how to read the charts properly, learning these proprietary techniques that we will teach you. Take the 7-day free trial to the Intraday Stock Chat, to the Research Center, and start profiting with the elite pros here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. We are teaching people how to profit and make money nonstop no matter what type of market it is. You can learn as well. It does not take a genius, in my opinion, at all. All right, let's take a look at a couple other things here that I wanted to just point out. First of all, one of the small caps I gave out just continues to grind higher at the highs of the day here. Take a look at this daily chart. Literally, I gave this, and this is an exact entry price. I gave it out right here, guys. 101, $1 to 101 area. The stock is now at $1.33. Look at that move up since my call. These are just one example of the calls, folks, as they continue to rock and roll. Now, Chinese stocks are going to do very well. Let me just talk a little bit about what happened last night, which caused this rally today. China economic numbers showed good strength, better than expected, and that essentially triggered the upside in the markets we're seeing today. China economic data and Europe are the two major factors. U.S. economic data, non-event. No one cares. It's not a big deal right now. It's all about China, and it's all about Europe. So good Chinese data yesterday, very, very positive for the overall market, and the futures took off right at that time. I was actually on the No Hype Live, which is part of the Research Center. It's a live broadcast where you see my charts and you ask questions. It's done twice a week, and I take questions from members. We analyze charts, get ready for the week last night, and sure enough, we had some good calls in that No Hype Live last night. One of the stocks I pointed out, by the way, was ULU, and look at this chart today. I gave this out, and I said this is upside potential is 100% or more. The stock ran 100% today, ULU. It's just another example of the winners that we keep on giving out here, guys. I mean, they're there for the taking. It's just a matter of, are you going to step up and take the 7-day free trial? I know it sounds scary, a 7-day free trial with no obligation, but who knows? Maybe it is scary to some of you to learn the truth about the markets, to actually profit in the markets nonstop. All right, let me just take a look at a couple other things before we get going here. Let's take a look at Baidu. Chinese stocks continue to do pretty well because of the Chinese data. The Shanghai index was up almost 2%, 4% last night, or around 4%, which is a dramatic move higher. And therefore, Chinese stocks like Baidu and Sina are all having very, very good days. Look at the run on Sina. Ran all the way into the 50 moving average on the daily chart. Now it's finally pulling back just a tiny bit. So that looks pretty nice right there. Also, small caps. Keep an eye on some of the small cap plays. Zoom is one that I'm keeping an eye on. I love the break of the 50 moving average here. This could easily get supercharged and make a move up to this range right around the 165, 170 area on ZOOM, which is a nice little Chinese play here that I am keeping a very, very close eye on. All right, again, if you want to trade small cap, mid cap, large cap ETFs, take the Research Center 7-day free trial. We give them out live, time stamped. My entries I give out live. I did pick up a new position today in the ETF area. Come join and find out what position that is and get in on board on this next mover. You will make good money on it, in my opinion. All right, have a great afternoon, great evening, and again, we hope to see you as part of the elite here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Take care.